All righty. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to this episode of The Unlimited Truth. And you know what I always say, this show comes around when the truth is needed. And I don't know how it keeps happening, y'all, but it seems like every once in a while we got to come out here and we got to tell the truth because the lies be piling up faster than a politician during election time. Uh, because it's funny. We're about 2 weeks away from the Xbox Bethesda showcase, and everybody's just running wild, just throwing every bit of shade at Xbox as they can. And it's funny because you already know that on June 12th, they are going to be turning that tune once again. But before we get into everything, let me introduce the panel today. And first up, man, my big bro in this, the guy who got me introduced, the guy, hey, he's the one who named the show, and I'll always give him full credit. E-Rock X, introduce yourself.
Hey, guys, this is E-Rock X, the Don King of Xbox, the hype man for the Xbox brand, and the meanest man on YouTube. It's always great to come in here, man, to the Unlimited Truth. And as Unlimited Production said himself, the Unlimited Truth comes when the truth is needed, and it is needed this week. It's great to be here, brother.
Oh yes, yes, always a blessing to have you here. The next up, man, we got the host of the Lions Den. You could find him either eating ham hocks or walking dogs. I don't know, but Tuck Master, introduce yourself.
Oh man, how y'all doing? How y'all doing, gentlemen? Hey, this is your boy DJ Tuckmaster, 785, the original pony killer. And I can't stand ponies, and I know they can't stand me, and I just do not like them at all. So let's get this damn thing to rolling.
All right, all right. Next up, man, this knowledgeable brother. We recently crossed paths, but it's always great when he's able to join because I know he's a family man. He out there in the Windy City. But other thing, introduce yourself.
Yeah, man, this other thing. I'm here to go straight violence. I like to go along with Ebot. I'm gonna take the task of making sure I can keep Ebot here around, talking about games longer, even though we're about the same age, give or take a year. We got to stay in this, especially when we have somebody young like Unlimited roaming the streets. Got to stay around.
All right, and Zink, man, hey Zink, just a heads up, man. You sound like you're calling from a payphone right now. So yeah, we're your volume's a little off, man. Just a heads up there. But hey, let's get it started, shall we? And over the last week or so, maybe week and a half, there's been a lot of people doing this, y'all. And it's just comical how somehow this always happens right before an Xbox show. Everybody gets on these platforms, whether it's Twitter, whether it's their videos, whether it's their articles, and announce that they're leaving Xbox in some sort of way. And the new one this year is unsubscribing from Game Pass because apparently when six people unsubscribe, that Game Pass is going to be a failure, all because two games got delayed, and apparently there are no AAA games. Even though tomorrow we'll be able to play Sniper Elite 5 day one on Game Pass off the top of my head, you know. So I just want to get the panel's thoughts, and I'm gonna start with you, E-Rock. What are your thoughts on this, man? Do you think that this cycle of just clownery, of this fake mass exodus, of of these journalists and Twitter users and fake Xbox dudes, what do you think about their quote unquote mass exodus of Game Pass? Do you think it's going to affect Game Pass at all?
uh, oh man, I was trying to think of something witty to say, but like, how, what, like, oh my god, like, you know, the more
E-Rock,
and
you
more
gotta say what you gotta say, man.
the more and more that I am involved in this gaming community, like, wow, man, I sit back and I say, man, was that me? Was how did me and Hebot get involved in this shit? How did how did how did two grown men, like, I enjoy hanging out with my brothers on the Exiled Sega Man Tuck. Unlimited Production, and of course Hebot. And I've enjoyed all of the great people I've met over the last 6 years. I really have. Our brothers from the United Kingdom, and I've enjoyed all of that. But as I sit and I look at all the stuff going on in the world, which we don't need to go into right now. We're gonna keep this about gaming. But as I see that there's more serious things going on in the world, and I see that there's more serious things going on in life, it just seems like that in this Twitter sphere, and in these gaming communities, it's always something that they're crying about, they're bitching about, and it's always revolved around Xbox. Oh, Xbox raised the price of Xbox Live. I'm unsubscribing. I'm leaving town. I'm killing myself. Oh, Xbox bought Activision. It's not fair. I'm killing myself. Xbox bought Bethesda. It's not fair. It's the end of the world. The Phil Spencer bought a couple of puppies from Tuck's Puppy Farm. It's not fair. Save some puppies for us. Like every fucking week is something with these clowns, these charlatans, these scallywags, these frauds, these casual gamers. And I sit and I look and I say to myself, damn, was I a part of this? Was me and Heba a part of this? Were we and I know were we a part of this shit? Because there was a time Unlimited when I would have answered this shit with some kind of video or some kind of, this shit isn't worth me answering. Oh, Xbox canceled, they canceled Starfield and they canceled Redfall. Two games that y'all didn't care about. They didn't care about those games. They didn't give a shit about them games, right? They canceled them, so there's no reason. I'm unsubscribing from Game Pass. Well, bye. More shit for us. Like Unlimited Production said, tomorrow fucking a Sniper Elite 5 drops. Now I'm a huge fan of the Sniper series. I bought Sniper Elite 4, Sniper Elite 3. Yo, that's I can't wait to get back on that and shoot some Nazis. And then next month, um Plague's Tale
Which one?
Requiem drops. We still got Scorn coming. We still got the next Forza coming, and we still got a whole bunch of stuff that Xbox hasn't even announced it coming to Game Pass. Hey man, more fun for me. Kotaku, Gordon, Crab Gamer, Jabari, Porterock, MGB. Y'all want to jump ship? Bye. Peace out. Bye. More fun for us. Yo, man, I'm not even going to question the logic of why you would leave a fucking gaming service that's about to drop Sniper Elite 5, let alone all of other games I mentioned. But it's nothing but the usual hyperbole. It's nothing but the usual emotion. These guys, they run off of emotion. And like Unlimited Production said, anything to drop shade on Xbox, instead of talking about y'all real issues, did Horizon Forbidden West flopped? Did Gran Turismo 7 flopped? It flopped, and they tried to charge you $400 for a Bugatti Veyron. It flopped, and while it was flopping, the Japanese tried to bang y'all in the ass. Y'all don't want to talk about that. Y'all want to talk about that. Y'all want to talk about Xbox Series S outselling PlayStation 5 in Japan. Y'all want to talk about that. Y'all don't want to talk about anything pertinent to y'all. Nobody wants to talk about how Nintendo don't have shit coming the fuck out this year, right? They ain't got nothing coming out this year. They wait until next year for the next fucking Zelda. But nobody want to talk about that. As usual, they defer to their one and only subject. They defer to the only thing they ever have to talk about. Xbox, 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 Xbox. This shit used to get me mad, but I got a life, it ain't much of a life, but it's still a life. I try to eat good food and enjoy my family while I still can. You know what I mean? I try to get my nuts drained every other month. I don't sit around like, oh man, this dude said what on Twitter? Like, oh man, I gotta make a video. Like, man, like y'all motherfuckers is clowns. Y'all are not just clowns. Y'all are the entire fucking circus. In fact, they bringing Ringler Brothers Circus back. So like some of y'all dudes need to audition for that shit. Like this shit is just crazy. The Xbox Game Pass Exodus. Like bye. Go like more shit for us, man. Because I will be on Sniper Elite 5 tomorrow. That to me is like I'm still trying to process the Sniper Elite 5 and fucking A Plague Tale Innocence is just popping up in Game Pass. It's part of my subscription.
Yeah.
All the exclusives is just popping up. And what exclusives do y'all have? Scorn, Forza, and whatever else they haven't. They haven't even. It's shit coming out that they haven't talked about yet. And this gaming community is such clowns. They're so fucking ridiculous. Every day we look at these other guys' videos like, oh no, it's Alex, and he actually collects the tweets. And I look at these tweets and I'm like, man, these guys just don't. You got the fucking doctor that the doctor that took a picture of his patient while his patient was under. You got fucking you got kids smooth whining and fucking crying. You got fucking Broken Games HD who claims he's a neutral, but he's only a neutral when it comes to Xbox. This motherfucker always got. All of you guys are just so fucking corny, and y'all don't game. None of y'all game. None of y'all game unless it's a AAA banger. So that's why Xbox Game Pass, they put that tweet out there saying, "Man, tell us all you guys care about is AAA's without telling us all you care about is AAA's." There's so many great games out there, so many indies. I bet you none of these people in question have even tried Trek to Yomi. Yo, man, these dudes is just corny. So what are my thoughts about it? Unlimited production to close. It's just more hyperbole, more emotion, more ridiculousness in the gaming community. They get sillier and sillier week after week.
X really put Iraq, and as I've said for a while now, at this point, man, it's just a comedy hour with this gaming community out here for me. That I don't get mad, I don't overreact. I just sit back and laugh at it because somehow they get more and more ridiculous. They just, I mean, I don't get it, yeah, because they'll put out a tweet saying that, oh, I'm unsubscribing to Game Pass, as if they're announcing a presidential run or something. And it's like nobody gives a shit that you.
As if you're going to hurt Xbox by unsubscribing
Yeah,
to Game Pass. You're not. They have over 25 million subs. You're not going to hurt them.
exactly. And I don't know how they got this self importance or what. It is weird because it's like they'll have like 2,000 followers on Twitter and somehow have this self importance in gaming as if they're anything. And if you want to put into perspective, someone like Elon Musk has 90 million followers on Twitter. So in the grand scheme of things, they ain't shit anyway. But I'm gonna move on to Tuck, because Tuck Master, I know you have a lot to say on this, man, about this fake Xbox Mass Exodus, where the usual suspects. It's not even the usual suspects because it's even some gaming guys, some quote unquote gaming media guys saying this goofy shit as well. Um, about and then even to the point where the Xbox Game Pass, the Xbox Twitter account is speaking up, defending themselves, because at some point even they're like, what is this bullshit? We release games on our service every fucking day, and y'all still aren't happy. So tough. What are your thoughts on this?
Oh man, let me turn this thing down right quick, fellas. Let me tell you right now, man. I had never seen people just act so damn weird. Okay, I had never seen people act like this, man. I mean, it's like the day at work. I was there telling these people about the Sniper League that's supposed to come out on the Xbox Game Pass. So the first thing they're gonna say, well, we get it on the PlayStation 2. I said, but yeah, y'all getting on PlayStation, but y'all still gotta pay for it. Now, this one guy said, well, you know what? I'd rather pay for it than not have it on the Game Pass. That's like, really? I said, you got both systems. Check it out, y'all. They got both systems, okay? So you mean tell me you rather have Sniper League that you got to pay for on the PlayStation did not rather have a try it on the Game Pass.
Hey Chuck, hey, sorry to cut you off, but let me make a point real quick that you're saying. We're talking about the same group of people that say shit that say stuff like, "Oh, Game Pass don't have enough AAA games," and then when they announce Assassin's Creed Origins go to Game Pass, nobody wants to play that. But at the same time, when the PlayStation Plus announces an Assassin's Creed game going to this service, oh, I can't wait to play Assassin's Creed. So their standard is weird that they have this odd standard for a platform they don't even like, and somehow they give a pass to the one that they're throwing their money to.
I mean, I'm like you. I mean, I just don't get that. I mean, it's like that black and white Japanese game that came on there earlier this month. You know, you
Trek
got
the
to spend. You
Yomi.
know, huh?
Trek the Yomi.
Yeah. Now, let me ask you this. Now, this one guy told me, he said, "Well, I'm not even going to try on the Game Pass because I want to go ahead and play on the PS5." I said, "That's fine and cool and dandy and all that stuff." But I said, "But what is your reasons?" All because of the trophies. That I'm a trophy guy. I said, "Damn." I said, "Man, let me ask you this. Do you think I give a damn about a trophy? Or do you think I just give a damn about the game?"
Chuck, why do you engage with these guys? Y'all be at
Man,
work bored at lunch? Or
dude, hey, Erod, these are guys that I work with every single day.
because
So
because because
I
because
cannot
because
ignore them.
I can. I used to go to my coworkers all the time. Like,
No,
yo,
I'm
if
just saying,
you
Erod.
if
I mean, I'm
you
just saying that is
I so
just
if you come on this bus with some
that's
bullshit,
childish.
you will be getting thrown off. I cut it off before you even start.
No, but I'm just saying they're childish about how they think. That's childish. I'm like, you got both system enjoy it on the Game Pass. If you get it for free, you can save 17 damn dollars.
I done deleted an entire Facebook, an entire Instagram crew. Oh, you rock. I thought DC was corny. Delete. Oh, you play Xbox. I play delete, 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 delete. I don't look, man. It was
Well,
toxic people
some
in
of
my
these
life.
guys are my bosses though too.
Delete them. I deleted my boss. E-Rock, man. We short delete, delete. I don't need the bullshit in my life, dude. You my age. We don't need the bullshit. Delete.
No, I mean, I just find it entertaining on they really just how they really think about different things. I mean, I just don't get it. I mean, they're so silly. I mean, it's just asinine on how these guys really think out in this media world, especially Taco and all these series. I mean, other words, like what a couple weeks ago, they were saying that Xbox was the best thing. Then all of a sudden, 2 weeks later, oh, we get an Xbox burnout. I'm
They
like,
live,
come on,
they
y'all.
live, they live off of emotion like women. I never see anything like it in my fucking life. They live off of fucking emotion over these
Dude, I think
fucking.
they got dude, I'm gonna tell you right now, I think they got some worse emotions than some women do. Shit. Some women got bad emotions, but some do, some don't. I think they really got bad emotions by themselves. How the day world man is, man, dude, you can't tell who's who no more or anything. I mean, we just talking about, like you said, E-Rock, we just talking about a plastic box that everybody should enjoy gaming. I mean, what the hell can we do if they're going to turn around and not make Starfield and Redfall until next year? We can't do a damn thing about it. So why the hell you gonna go ahead and start? Oh, well, we're gonna go ahead and exit the Game Pass, man.
Bah.
Please.
No, nobody knew what Starfield and Redfall was last year. I learned a long time ago. You can't miss what you never had. You can't miss
Yeah,
what you never had.
I agree.
Like E-Rock, man, don't you miss Asian bitches? I never had one. I don't know. I'd like to have one before I die, but I don't fucking know, so I can't get upset over it. How can I get the fucking upset over Redfield and Redfall and Starfield? We didn't even know what the fuck this shit was. We got so many games coming to Game Pass, it's ridiculous. Oh, you Xbox is damage controlling. Damage control. Y'all sound like children. Y'all sound like little kids. And I'm almost embarrassed I partook of that shit. Like like when I'm like I never told any of my ex girlfriends I had a YouTube channel, and I hope they never find it. I told my I never told them I had a YouTube channel. Never, never, never. That should be embarrassing. I would have to explain to them that I created a character called the Don King of Xbox, and I was trying to make money on YouTube being a gaming commentator. I can't tell them that I got involved in that console war bullshit with them fucking PlayStation lunatics. They do the same lunatic assery year after year, age after age. Me and he about to be collecting Social Security in another 15 years. What, are we gonna be arguing with the motherfuckers then? Man, get the fuck out of here. This shit is crazy. So I mean, they want to leave. And Tuck, I feel you. They're your coworkers, but but because you engage with them, they come and find your ass like a magnet. Yo, let's go fuck with Tuck. Let's go find this nigga and ask him about Xbox.
No,
Man,
not really.
I
Not
would
really.
just
I'd be fucking with them.
I would get so rude with them niggas one day, unlimited, that they would never ask me nothing again.
Right.
Ever. They wouldn't even ask me
No,
how.
they're gonna. Dude, you gotta, man. You gotta see what I'm dealing with, man. You
Man,
gotta
look,
just understand what I'm dealing with. I'm dealing
look,
with assholes that just
look, look,
they
my
just
dog,
Sony ponies, man.
my dog. I told my own sister she ain't shit. So you think I won't tell a coworker to leave me the fuck alone? Yeah, you better figure again. Shit, I done told my bosses to suck my dick. You don't think I'll get some fucking niggas bitching about a video game? I said, man, how old is you? Oh, I'm 48. I'm 53. You're talking about a toy. Hey, everybody in the lunchroom, these niggas over here is arguing about toys. Look at them and laugh. That's how you handle these fucking clowns and Jabari Clark and Kotaku and I'm I'm not going to shop at Acme no more because they didn't have my brand of sausages. Acme like, well, fuck you then. Go shop somewhere else. This shit is so ridiculous that I can't believe that a dude with a girlfriend and a life like Unlimited Production has to waste his time on this shit. I can't believe I wasted my time on it, Tuck. Yo, it's so liberating to not care no more. I literally don't fucking care no more. We do these podcasts now to keep our audiences abreast on the news, but it's like this shit would have got me so mad like 2 years ago. Like, oh man, you motherfucker. Now it's like, man, you bye. Man, I'm about to get on some Sniper Elite 5
Well,
tomorrow
you didn't
for,
get
for
older though,
free.
too, man. You didn't get older.
Well,
Shit.
yeah, that's true. With age comes
You get
wisdom.
older, wiser,
And,
and
and
then some.
And these dudes, man, like the more you see their behavior, it's like, wow, it's really deep for Jabari. And Jabari and them got to be 38, 40, 43. This shit is deep to these dudes. It's that deep that 2 games you didn't care about. Oh, I'm gonna unsubscribe from Game Pass. Like, like, bye. See you later. Like, man, ain't nobody gonna miss y'all. Matter of fact,
Nah.
when all y'all was trying to come back to Xbox last year, we was like, no, man, we don't want y'all back. We don't want y'all back here. No, we don't want y'all back here because look what happened. Oh, y'all cry about every little thing. Y'all don't have no fucking intelligence. Y'all don't have any fucking any fucking just a self awareness to understand that we're in the age now where shit gets fucking delayed. Shit gets delayed that maybe they saw Starfield and Redfall and said, "Yo, we need to fucking polish this shit." I mean, it's the same suspects all the
Yeah.
time. Truck Kid Smooth,
Yeah.
Kid Smooth. Wasn't he bitching when fucking Halo got delayed? It's the same
Yeah.
fucking guy. I think they do this shit for attention. That's what I think.
But like I said,
I'm convinced of it now.
E-Rock, but just like you said, the thing about it, you think about it. When they saw Halo the first time, they bitch complained about it. So what did Microsoft do? They
They
held it
delayed
off
so they
for a
could
whole
polish
damn
it.
year. Then they brought it out, and people still bitch and complain about it because they say some of the things that are in the game. I'm like, what are you talking about? I mean, they
It's
work.
a
I mean,
setup, man.
I think next month they're gonna put the co-op in there next month, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, give them time. You get, man, dude. I mean, this shit is just not gonna happen overnight, y'all. And they should know that shit because
Yeah.
one bad code can ruin the whole damn game.
Yep. And with that, let me pivot over to other zinc, man. Other zinc, you know the discussion that we're having. So I want your input.
You know what? I know you guys so well. I couldn't even make it to pregame to, see what you guys are talking about. But I'm gonna tell you something. It's a setup, and I'll be mad as hell when I turn 54 and I can't dunk a basketball. That's when I'll be pissed.
Yeah,
But I tell you this, I'm so mad about this shit. It's all a setup, and they know they're down, and it is the usual suspects. But I'll go to some subjects that are they're subliminal, like Rand, Jazz. All of these guys are subliminal haters. But I have an Xbox channel. Gaz came on Sean 786 show. And everybody know Gaz and what's Code Eastwood. So he came in the chat talking that dumb shit. Hey man, I'm a moderator over there. We booted his ass smooth the fuck out the chat.
good.
Okay.
Damn.
And once I booted him, everybody, all other marks start giving his ass 300 seconds the fuck out of here. Okay. We don't play that shit over there. We just don't. So anyway, it's a setup. It started with Halo Infinite. And I'm going to I still take this shit serious because I've been doing this shit since I was 6 or 8. Okay. And playing Pong, Halo Infinite, it started there. And 343 was so nice to these so-called um, influencers. They had the game a whole month before we had.
Very nice.
Okay.
They always
I,
get shit.
so I hope they never do that shit again. So they'll learn the game as we learn the game, and they
I
won't get a
heard
chance
that.
to say. They won't get a chance to say, "Oh, it's boring. It's nothing to do. It's no content and all this fucking dumb shit."
Thank
Okay.
you, man. Thank
And,
you.
and it, while this game released
Yeah.
with so much content, it killed Battlefield where the developer said that shit.
Yep,
Okay.
yep,
Then
sure
you
did.
you have 28 million people playing this game by January 1st, 2022. So what is Rand can't wait to do this shit. Rand had a video, he and Jazz saying, "Oh, but now that's over. Microsoft doesn't have a horizon. They don't grant. We don't know when Forza's coming, and Gran Turismo 7 is coming. Two friggin' flops.
Boom.
Okay, nobody says shit. So now they say, oh shit, we got to say something about
Triple
Halo.
triple A flops. Get it right.
Triple. Oh, this motherfucker in the chat in the group. It's
Yeah.
over for everybody now. So now ain't shit gonna be missed. Hey, look
Hey,
here. So now they start bitching. Oh, where's the content? It's supposed to be like Fortnite. Fortnite had one fucking map for an entire year. Okay, get the fuck out of here. So then you go the second setup is Starfield being delayed. Okay, so now you hear people saying Starfield and Redfall are their two biggest titles. No, they're not.
No, they're not.
Okay, because
No, they're not. I
Forza
agree.
was a Forza was $1 billion franchise before it turned 10, created Forza Horizon. Okay, so that's our $1 billion franchise. But here's what they're doing. Rand says, and I'm gonna stay on this bitch because he's so over fucking rated. So Rand says, "Oh, another Forza." Now everybody's saying another Forza. Well, fellas, let me tell you something. Okay, as a
Fuck him.
marketer, everything is relative. Driving, even though a lot of people sort of say they don't like it, but a lot of people do. It's the world's largest spectator sport.
Do they say
Okay.
another Spider Man? Do they say another God of War? Fuck no.
Yeah. Yeah. They don't have
Yeah.
shit to say. They don't say, they don't, I'm going to get to that. They don't have shit to say about that. But here's what they're afraid of Forza. They know that game is going to come in and do something unprecedented. That game is going to come in at a native 4K,
Come
120
on now.
frames per
Come on
second.
now.
They're
Preach.
going to fuck up the industry with this
Preach.
game.
Come
Then
on
let's
now.
go to number 3. They talking shit about Game Pass. They said Game Pass is dead. Okay, it's over now. I'm glad Microsoft marketing has the balls now to punch back. They
Yes.
punched them right back in their face. And then you got Tony Polanco, a career pony, trying to play neutral. Okay, saying, "Oh, I'm gonna drop it too." Dude, you've always been a pony. Get your dumb ass out of here, dude. I'm not trying to hear that dumb shit. So they trying to devalue things now. Then let's go to number 4. Ed Fries. They dug this old ass interview up of Ed Fries, and I'm actually ashamed of Ed Fries because he is insanely intelligent. You bring on a guy that left Microsoft in 2004, the industry has changed. When Steve Ballmer said, "What are your reserves for returns?" That means, how is this situation going to continue to make money on a daily basis? Not as making money like God of War drop, that no jump button having uncharted looking ass game, because
Climbing
it's
up the
just
fucking
like,
ladder 50 times in a game and then falling down. Bullshit.
Fighting the same troll over and over. Oh, this is such great gameplay.
Fighting 30 trolls, 12 Valkyries, and the same fucking characters over and over again with no blood.
And he bought had the greatest God of War video. He held that controller up and like, this ain't gameplay, and I was dying laughing at that
see,
video.
that's why Hebot and I and the old E-Rock don't need to be on the same fucking show. This shit gonna continue to stay violent. I said to people, I said this shit. I said God of War. Even I like the story where it goes, but the gameplay, dude. They have the dumbest enemy AI on record. Those enemies are stupid, and he just brought that shit up. But Ed Fries, he doesn't know that games need reoccurring profits in order for a game pass to work. People
Especially,
bit. I heard the guy, this other fence setter, hustle and motivate, say Spider-Man is way bigger than Halo, Forge, and Gears. Motherfucker, no, it's not. Spider-Man is not a $1 billion
How
franchise.
many people are playing Spider-Man right now?
Absolutely no
Let
one.
me say something to you to add on to my brother, Other Zinc. Spider Man had 36 games in existence, and not
Oh,
until the PS4 version did it finally hit the $1 billion mark.
I wish.
36 games!
Hey,
Okay,
hey,
continue.
hey, hey, I wish you would cut it out because you're taking the words out of my mouth. I know where you're going. And see, I listen to Gaming Addict just saying what he bought, the world's most powerful gamers just said. They were acting like Spider-Man started with Sony. I'm like, what the fuck? Dude, you should have saw my thumbs trying to move. I'm trying to go get my daughter, take her to get her hair done, and these jokers over here saying some stupid shit like I don't hear this shit. Okay? So you got that shit. And here's the thing. Oh, I'm so glad Hebot said something. Cause now the new thing is this. Spider-Man. I skipped number 5, but forget that. Spider-Man. Okay? They're
hold on, hold
going
on,
back
hold
to,
on, hold on. Hey, we're going to talk about that soon. That's one of the
yeah, dude, you better stop
yeah.
me.
Hold your
Cause
tongue. Hold your tongue on Spider Man.
hey, well then I'm gonna go ahead. Well, I finished with number 5. Then it's E3. They were hating on E3. Colt Eastwood. I'm so ashamed of him, and I'm gonna tell him this. He said that Jeff Keighley resurrected E3 by having a show, and you
Oh,
got to give him
Jesus.
credit for that. Hey. So hold on. Let me say this before Hebot say it, because I know he heard it, because Hebot ain't stupid like these motherfuckers. Phil Spencer said almost more than 3 years ago, when Sony bowed out because they don't have enough money to buy lunch. Sony said, we're not going to E3 anymore. So the whole internet, Unlimited's best friend, Dustin Legary, and everybody's talking about, oh, if Sony's not going, it's over. Phil Spencer calmly said, um, we will always support E3 at Xbox. Y'all go ahead and take this shit away.
You know shit is wild when the fucking the Capitol rioters make more sense than these fucking gamers. Like that's shit is wild, man. These motherfuckers don't make any. They lost the plot years ago all over this stupid Japanese box. Just fucking say, excuse me. Like, I just gotta get this out, guys. I just gotta get this out. Just fucking say you hate Xbox. I will have more respect for you because I hate PlayStation. I can't wait for PlayStation to die. So we ain't gotta see your tweets no more. We ain't gotta hear your stupidity. We ain't gotta hear Kid Smooth's bitch ass, Broken Games, HD's bitch ass, Jess Corden, Kotaku. Just say y'all hate Xbox. I will have some respect for y'all. Like, talk.
Absolute.
Tuck says he hates Sony. I respect that because I understand what his fucking motives are. Don't come at me like I'm a neutral. I'm broken games HD and I'm a neutral. Me and Hebata said for years that all y'all Asher Luca, y'all all fucking frauds because y'all neutrality only fucking matters when it's fucking Nintendo and Sony, but when it's y'all hate the American company. To me, that makes you motherfuckers expatriates, and I can't stand any of y'all. I'm proud to be an American as fucking as this country is. This the only country that allow me to
Hey,
live
you
on
know
my.
what? Let me stop you. I gotta stop you, Rock, because you just hit a button. When I did my graduating paper on the auto industry, dude, I will. My dad was a United Auto worker. I'll never buy a foreign car. Okay, but unlike myself in college and journalists today, I had to be right. I had to reference and cross check my shit. And when my Camaro that my parents paid for me in college was 13,600 fully loaded, that same exact Camaro, if it was sold in Japan, would have been 36,000 US dollars. But a minivan that was sold in Japan for 12,500 was 12,500 over here. Okay. That shit has always offended me. Go ahead, man.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely spot on there. Both Iraq and other things. And you know what? I'm gonna pivot to this next man and introduce yourself, and then to catch you up here, Hebot. The opening topic was about this fake Xbox mass exodus, where all of a sudden journalists and people with check marks by their names and publications are and you know the frauds are all coming out the woodwork, he bought, and saying, "Oh, I'm unsubscribing to Game Pass. Hey, Game Pass don't have enough AAA games, even though we'll be playing Sniper Elite 5 tomorrow." And a Plague's Tale Requiem in June, and Scorn in October, and that's the game. Oh, and that Warhammer game in September 6th, Warhammer Riptide. So it's it's weird, he bought how these guys got such selective memory with Xbox. It's like their memory when it comes to Xbox exists in this particular moment. There is nothing Xbox did in its 20 years matter. Nothing Xbox did 5 minutes ago matter. The only thing that seems to matter to them is what does Xbox have right now. And even though the service still has nearly 500 games, apparently that's not good enough. He bought. So, what are your thoughts on this fake Xbox mass exodus? Do you think it's going to kill Game Pass like they all keep saying?
Well, my question to you is this: what has Sony done in 30 years that matters, and they always talking about it?
Oh, hey,
You see what
look,
I'm saying?
Sony lost $20 billion.
What have they done? Because the conversation is always what Xbox hasn't done. Yet they're the only ones that innovated, moved things forward, tried different things, took big risks, helped actual developers within the industry, try to make different types of relationships and establish them. What has Sony done that they're so praised and so well beloved
Oh,
and people
but
suck
but
their dick?
but Hebot, but
You
but
know what I mean?
Hebot. Let me tell you, Hebot, because this is how they think. Oh, when I was 6, I first played Twisted Metal. That was the
Right.
greatest fucking game in the world.
Yeah.
Then for some reason, in today's day, nostalgia seems to rule everything over everything. I don't know how nostalgia is this damn powerful, but nostalgia is so damn powerful that these Nintendo, especially Nintendo fans, in my opinion, but these Nintendo PlayStation fans can't let go of shit that happened 30 years ago.
Well, I mean, 95% of the PlayStation library since PS1, since the inception of PlayStation, was not theirs. It was all third
No.
party. So why is it a problem if Microsoft has, what is it, in the last 10 years, maybe 12? It would be the second holiday where they got to rely on third party. It was the year where they had PUBG, Cuphead. Remember that? Super
Oh,
Lucky Tales.
2017. Yeah,
And, yeah,
2017.
and Halo Wars, I believe it was. And they
And
had no
Forza
real big
7.
AAA, right? And they had no real big AAA, in-house exclusive because they didn't have a lot of in-house developers, right?
That's
They
when
had a
Forza came out too, though. Forza,
right.
I think
They
they
had a
launched
legit.
the Xbox One X, and Forza
Mhm.
Motorsport brought the first 4K 60 frames per second lock game to the console market.
Yeah, yeah, but they had a good reason for not, right, for not being able to make it because they didn't have a lot of in-house developers, right? Sony did it, but those first 3 years they relied on third party, which was Bloodborne, which was games like Until Dawn, right? Like it was games like The Order 1886,
And
all third
indies.
party, and indies like Resogun. Thank you, all indies. Knack, okay, in-house, done by Mister soft-spoken fruitcake himself. I forget his name.
Mark
Uh,
Cerny.
Mark Cerny, right? Mark Fruitcake, exactly. And that should have been a $20 indie game because that game was not worthy of no $60. And then they had the Killzone that was a lackluster, graphical showpiece, like every other Killzone that had no type of real in-depth feel or gameplay mechanics that were innovative. You couldn't even go in the water for Christ's sakes in the game, right? Just like always, like all their games, they look pretty, but not no innovation. Which we're seeing with Horizon Zero Dawn 2, that everybody is calling it a super snore fest when the first one was a snore fest, right? It was just a different world for the first time that they created, right? So go ahead. What was that?
Oh no, nothing.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So basically, look, Microsoft, they like I said, they announced their showcase, and like clockwork, like every fucking year,
Yes.
you see the people, like Unlimited said many times. He's right on the nose. I believe E-Rock's even mentioned it a couple of times. I don't recall if I've said it as much, but I think I probably said it on occasions. But I'm not trying to take away from others. So, but the truth of the matter is, it's like clockwork every year. Since Sony's not there, Nintendo's not there, Stadia's not there, Apple's not there. The only one's going to be there's Xbox, right? Because Phil Spencer clearly said E3 will always be important to us and the brand because it's a big part of the culture and of the history, right? It's a big day for all the developers and all the people making the upcoming projects and games, right? Unlike other
Let
people
me
like
jump on you
Sony.
right there. Let me,
Go
because
ahead.
I get so sick of people saying that,
Go ahead. Go
and
ahead. Go ahead.
when they try and say E3 is not important, what these
Mm-hmm.
and they swear up and down Microsoft is failing at marketing. And I'm so glad you
Mm-hmm.
brought that up because I keep forgetting to
Mm-hmm.
say this. E3 gets free marketing. Just
Mhm.
look how
Mm-hmm.
big Philadelphia is, Los Angeles is, New York is, Chicago, Atlanta, all of the major cities. They go there and they report on our industry for give us publicity for free. It's the biggest marketing event that we could possibly get. You get all the
Yes.
millions in Chicago because they're airing this shit on ABC, NBC,
Mm-hmm.
WGN,
Mm-hmm.
CBS,
Mm-hmm.
all of the major networks in Chicago. They're getting free advertisement. And these dumbasses want to end E3. They're stupid and they don't know shit about marketing. They need to keep their mouths shut.
Well,
Not
brother
only
Zink.
that, not only that. Hold on one second, Peapod. Sorry to cut
Mm-hmm.
you off
Mm-hmm.
there,
No,
but
no,
I,
no,
I need
no.
to piggyback off the both of you. Not only is E3 great marketing, it's a trade show. Let's not forget, it's a
Mm-hmm.
trade show at the end of the
Exactly.
day, and the original target was to show other, the other investors
Is
and
to
companies and people
show
like that what's
not
coming
only
down
the
the line.
investors but
Then,
also
then
the
they let,
people,
yeah, then they let people
unlimited,
in.
the people that were going to carry the games,
Yeah,
like the
exactly.
Toys R Us's, like the GameStops, what was going and coming down the pipe. But I
Yeah,
got something else to
that's
add
where I
on.
was
Go ahead,
going with
finish,
it.
finish.
Yeah,
All
yeah,
right,
that's
I'm
where I was going
sorry.
with it.
I'm
It
sorry,
was to
brother.
show the retailers what was coming up. Then they let fans in, and then it became this expo event as well, where fans interacted with developers, and you had media interviewing developers, getting inside information we previously never got. And yet somehow that became a dirty word the moment Sony backed out, and now gamers want to pretend it's dying or say it's dead,
Yep.
even though this is an objective fact. This is an objective fact, and you can look up the numbers. Before 2020, each E3, each E3 had a higher and higher attendance rate before 2020, and we all know why 2020 didn't we didn't have an E3 then. So you're
Yep.
telling me that people were going to a dead event every year and because they hate gaming? Come on, what if you this is my thing, and I'm gonna let Hebot get back to it in a second. When you apply basic logic to any of this stuff, all their points immediately die, and that's what makes this easy, but at the same time, a little frustrating to deal with, and why we don't make videos every single day on the same shit over and over. But go ahead, Hebot.
Well, the biggest thing that people can also seem to forget that E3 was actually the only trade show and event in which indie developers were able to share the stage with the big AAA developers and
Yep.
companies.
And they
They
hid that
see
shit in the Consumer Electronics Show, but it got too
right,
big.
right, and they seem to forget that that's a big deal for the indie market and space. These guys actually get to show their pieces of work and shine in the same level and at the same terms as the big dogs. They don't get overshadowed. They're there right next to them, right? And this is why something like E3 was so relevant and so prevalent to the industry because it's to gather together, showing what's coming to the future, celebrating what's coming in the future, and celebrating everybody in the same playing field, right? Because when they do these little showcases with Xbox and obviously PlayStation, even Nintendo, where they show, oh, these are the indie games coming. You don't have a personal connection where you can go into the floor, talk to the developers one on one, and actually get to know the thought process, the ideas, where they got the inspiration, where you can actually help them push that game on a more profound and bigger grand scale. Because E3, like Zink said, is something that's always seen everywhere. And when you bought the magazines, when they're solicited back in the day, they had a whole big spread where it covered everything from
Hey,
retro
Hebot,
arcade
hey,
games. Go
Hebot,
ahead.
hold on 1 second. Yo, Unlimited, put that comment back up by that last dude. Put, Unlimited, it was a comment up there talking about some. If all they want to do is play Starfield and Redfall,
Yeah,
they
yeah,
could
yeah, yeah,
play.
yeah.
Look. Here's the thing, man.
That
These
was a
look,
great.
listen, listen, Spike, guys. These motherfuckers didn't know what Starfield and Redfall was
Hmm.
6 months ago. They didn't care about it. They didn't care about it. They wasn't hyping up Redfall. They wasn't talking about Starfield. They was busy talking about show us gameplay. Starfield's going to be a bomb. What is Redfall? These are the same motherfuckers. These are the same usual suspects who was like, well, I can't believe the Scalebound got canceled. It was the only reason I was going to buy an Xbox. These dudes are fucking frauds, man. And me and he about to seen this shit for 7 years now. They're
Hey,
frauds.
see, E Rock,
But we're the frauds. We're the ones that are toxic.
E Rock keep bringing up shit, and I keep forgetting to say this, but just like he brought up Starfield, and that was a great comment, and I was sitting there staring at that shit myself. I'm glad E Rock jumped in there and told him to put it back because Starfield actually was a decent thing because Sony was trying to buy the rights to
Yes.
Starfield to have it exclusive for a year. But Microsoft said, you know what? I'm tired of this shit. We'll buy ZeniMax. Now what? Now all of a sudden Starfield ain't shit. Okay, and now
Hmm.
all of a sudden, since it's going to be is delayed, like God of War was delayed a year and a half, and Forza and Gran Turismo 7 and Horizon Forbidden West will get delayed for a year when they were all supposed to come out. Nobody
Last
said
year.
anything. Now this is a crisis.
Hey,
Okay,
other zinc. If I gave a damn, I would be disappointed in Kid Smooth and BG. Well, I don't know BG game. Fuck him. But I'd be disappointed in these dudes if I gave a shit because all I've heard the last couple of weeks on these Twitter in the Twitter sphere is, well, Xbox got all these studios. Why can't these games come out? Let me he and he about knows this. If Xbox If every fucking game came out from the 23 studios, 5 games a month, hell, 20 games a month, these motherfuckers would still find something to bitch about, other Zinc. They would still find something. Kid Smooth. I used to love that dude, man, but now fuck him. Not because I'm mad at him, but just fuck him for being a fraud. He would find something to bitch about all 10 of them games.
Hey,
This
you know what,
is
E-Rock?
who. Hold on, Zink. This is who these people are. This is who they are. They're not going to change. This is who they are. Okay, it's okay to accept that your friend is a dickhead. It's okay to accept that somebody in your family's a piece of shit. It's all right. It's okay. Kid Smooth, Jess Corden, Dealer, Crap Gamer, Zaire, they're not shit. It's okay. It's okay that you're not shit. But just tell us you're not shit and stop pretending to be gamers. That's all. I'm done.
Hey, E-Rock, listen. I I don't I, I hate that I have to get on Kid Smooth, but I'm glad you know him. I'm glad y'all
Fuck
started
him.
out together
Fuck him. And that was my
because
fault. Fuck him.
because
That was my
he
fault.
need to he needs to be got on because his crew that's on the Xbox show, they PlayStation fanatics. Dude, they never get
Yeah, they are.
anywhere. I
Yeah,
blow
they
their
are.
heads off everything they say is stupid as shit. Everything.
Other Zinc, how do you have a show called Planet Xbox when there's not one fucking Xbox dude on it that knows shit about Xbox, the brand, its beginnings, its origins, or where they're going? How?
It's insane. It's insane. And I'm gonna jump back on Hebot because we jumped all over Hebot because he kept talking this good shit. Now back to Hebot and the E3 show. Hey, could you imagine not having an auto show? I'm gonna tell you something. For
Niggas will
people
lose
that
their mind.
haven't been to Chicago, we have a place called McCormick Place. The first McCormick Place was enormous. Then they built another McCormick Place a lot bigger than that one right across the street on Lakeshore Drive, and that shit is enormous. And when the auto show comes, man, people have to park so far back. They have shuttle buses taking everybody to McCormick Place to see the auto show.
That's how it is
Okay,
here.
you
Yeah,
know, so
that's how it is here in Philly. Niggas will lose their
yeah,
mind if it went to auto show.
yeah, and we go to see shit. I saw this Corvette one time at the auto show in the 1990s. I still haven't seen this damn car yet. Okay. I mean, you go there to be wild, and then you go a little bit further down, and then this is what's coming out in a year. This is what's coming out in 2 years.
That's what
You
E3
just,
was
you
for
know,
us.
exactly.
Boy.
Hey, fellas, I want to ask
Look,
you something. I really want to ask you something right now.
If
Hey,
it's something, if it's something about PlayStation, I'm gonna tell you to go fuck yourself right now.
no. Listen here. Listen here. Listen, you better go there and eat some damn ham hocks. Don't worry about what I got to say. Okay, let me ask you this. I'm gonna take a note what he about said. Okay, now we talking about how Xbox been innovative ever since Xbox came out, right? Okay, now the PlayStation supposed to be the number one leading
Oh
thing of
god
all
damn it!
consoles, and they have not innovated nothing. So why is it that they're the number one company and Xbox keep on innovating every damn thing? They saving gaming for number one. They helping these indie developers keep afloat. Look what Xbox haven't made Sony do. They made them come out. They made them where they had to turn around and where people got to pay for online. They made them do that. They didn't change their whole landscape.
Tuck,
Now look, you see what's going on now. Now they got to come out with a Game Pass.
Tuck,
Hey,
Tuck,
Tuck.
Tuck. Sony ain't number one. All right, listen.
Thank you.
Let me tell you something. Number one doesn't follow suit. All right.
I know that.
When the Golden State Warriors was winning all those championships, the NBA didn't start jacking up 3-point shots because the Warriors were in second place.
Well, that's
You
what
know
I'm
what I'm
saying,
saying?
fellas. That's what I'm saying. I mean, we they sit here talking about how Sony's number one. They ain't number one in shit in my eyes.
It's a Tuck. Here's the thing. It's just what E-Rock, not E-Rock, Hebot said about a month ago. Sony is it's all perception.
Right.
They want people to think they're this and that when they're
and,
actually not, and
and they're not.
they're being carried by the vocal minority, the 3% on YouTube here, that makes these loud voices that Sony is the leader in gaming.
I
But in
agree.
actuality, they're not. If
They're
Sony
not.
led so much, they would have bought ZeniMax. If Sony would have led so much, and I don't know if Unlimited have this as a topic, but you see how their people stack that PlayStation membership, and now they're charging them for this shit.
Yeah,
Hey man, go ahead, fellas.
Yeah,
yeah,
hey,
I agree with you
Well,
on
all
all that
right.
stuff. Adam Z,
So,
I agree with you on all that stuff. I mean, it's just a
um,
lot of perception to me. I mean,
yeah.
I don't get it. I mean, Sony been doing this shit for a long damn time, and these damn ponies don't want to accept it. But Xbox is innovative,
Yeah, I
and
mean
that's it.
they ain't gonna
so,
accept it. But let Ebot say his point, and then we're gonna move on to the next topic. So go
oh,
ahead,
I love
Ebot.
it. I got everybody in here mentioning my name because I've influenced everybody and I love it. But he might want to say a little bit. So here we go. Just imagine if it was Sony at E3 and not Xbox. That's the bottom line.
You would, oh
You
my
know,
God,
you
Xbox is
know,
done. It's over,
you
past
know
five.
that
Wow.
it would have been Microsoft is the one that doesn't support the industry.
Yeah.
Microsoft the one that arrogant because they have money, they feel they're not worthy of being on the biggest stage in the world, E3.
I agree.
Microsoft, all that shit would have been said. So when they say, "Oh, Sony's irrelevant," or I mean that E3 is irrelevant, it's just telling me, yeah, your company's fucking broke. They can't make it there, so that's why it's
Exactly.
irrelevant. That don't
Exactly.
bother me. Listen,
Exactly.
we as
I agree.
Xbox fans, we as Xbox
Exactly.
fans have the excitement to see a show, whether it shows triple A's, indies, single A's, double A's. No, doesn't matter. The point is that we have something to look forward to, right?
Thank
Do I
you.
want AAA games more to be coming out? Absolutely. I hope they say Hellblade coming out. I hope they say Forza's coming out. And it's funny how they say it's just another Forza. What the fuck was GT7? It's just another
Thank
GT.
you.
Right.
Who the fuck cares? But when they were saying about it and started talking about it, where they thought it was going to be the next thing since Jesus, that it was going to finally compete with motorsport, what happened? They were all gassing it up. Oh, we're going to get GT7 this month. It's going to be fire. Right? 2 bangers back to back. And when they saw that one of those cars was $400, ooh, the birds started chirping real
Oh
fast.
yes.
Right? And then when they said it's an online only game, them motherfuckers took the blankets and put it over their head. We not here.
Right.
We not here.
And
We not here.
then
You see what I'm saying?
to add insult to injury, both y'all games got made irrelevant by some jap crap. That's what's
Right,
even
exactly.
more humiliating.
So
Elden
guess
Ring,
what, guys?
Elden Ring stole your thunder. How the
Oh
fuck
yeah,
that happen if y'all number one? How
That's
the
an
fuck that happen?
anomaly. Iraq, that's an anomaly. But I get your point, and it's very funny, and it's valid. But at the same time, guess what?
It was an anomaly that both fucking Gran Turismo 7 and Horizon Zero
No, of course
got
That's
made
a
not.
hell of
irrelevant.
an anomaly.
I'm talking about it outselling it.
Come
I'm
on
talking
now.
about it outsell. I'm talking about it. Okay, I'm talking about it taking the hype
I hear
away
you.
from
Yeah, I hear
from
you. I hear
We
you.
Forbidden
know we
West.
just jumping in
You
on
know
you
what I
because
mean?
this is great shit.
I mean,
So
you shouldn't be surprised. You shouldn't be surprised.
what I will tell you this: there's a game called Halo Infinite, and there's a game called Forza Horizon 5 that's still being played today.
Mhm.
That I do know.
Yeah.
Is that money going in my pocket? No, fuck you, Microsoft. They don't give me shit. But the point is, they're being played. You go check that GT Sport. I bet you that shit gonna take you an hour to find a match in that shit. Ain't nobody playing that shit. Go play that Horizon. Oh, you can't because it's a one and done. Go look at how many videos people put up, how disappointing and boring it is, even though I said that in the first game. But they wanted to play that off because they didn't have nothing else. So that was the big granddaddy game that year because they didn't have nothing else. So it was the greatest thing since Jesus, even though all the ideas were from enslaved and enslaved shits all over that game. So anyway, I'm glad we're getting E3. And anybody saying that it's irrelevant and that Microsoft's wasting their time is because your company can't afford to be there. So you're mad. And Jeff Keighley, yes, He is doing something good by still doing a show, and you can see what third party shit are being done because you can't see all the games on Microsoft stage. So you're gonna be able to see all these third party shit, which is great. But Jeff Keighley was not the one that saved E3. It was motherfucking Phil Spencer when he sat on stage and said, "We will never stop supporting the biggest floor or showroom floor for video games ever." He did that. He did that 4 years ago when Sony said, "We can't come back. We're not going to waste our money. We're just going to do little shows." When the reality
Hmm.
is because they're fucking broke.
I'm
Oh
still
well,
with
I
That's the
hate
bottom
to
line.
call you. I hate to say that you're wrong, Hebot. Sony didn't say that they were going to do little shows. Sony said we're going to do hundreds of shows.
Oh,
Oh yeah,
Lying ass jokers.
I'm sorry. I stand
that's
corrected. You're
right. They
absolutely right.
did.
They
which I
did say we will be at 100 venues, and that 100 was one. So you're absolutely right. I stand corrected. My bad.
yo
That's
guys.
why
Fantastic,
that's why we
fantastic.
need all these hyenas here because when one forgets something, the other one takes it back and fixes it quick.
Yeah, excellent, excellent, excellent. But we to move on to the next topic. Uh,
Mhm.
there, there's another controversial Xbox, and I think this one is more. There was a report, so I don't know how much of it was rumor or fact, but there are two reports actually I saw this week. One of them I saw earlier today was that Marvel or Disney approached Microsoft about uh, some Marvel licensed games, in particular Spider-Man, and Microsoft turned it down. And then today I was reading about how Microsoft also turned down Knights of the Old Republic because Microsoft prefers to work with IPs they own instead of this whole third party stuff that got them in trouble last generation. And I just want to, and so I just want to get your guys' thoughts on this. Is this something that do you first of all do you believe this to actually be true, or do you think that it was a situation where Microsoft wasn't really approached at all? And even if that's the case, does it is it really is it really upsetting or heartbreaking that they turned down a Star Wars game and a Spider-Man game exclusive for their console when in that same time span they added like 20 studios, bought Activision, put their money on Bethesda, and now own literally some of the top five, maybe 10 biggest IPs in gaming outside of your Maddens and GTAs. So I'm gonna start with you, E-Rock. What are your thoughts on this report that came out this week about Microsoft turning down not Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic and Spider-Man as exclusive IP as exclusives because they don't own them.
Is there somebody that sits in a cave and types up this bullshit every time E3 about to come around? Like 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 we were just discussing in the pre-chat how I feel about Marvel. Uh, the comic books are fucking dead. The MCU is putting out some of the worst movies I've seen in years. The one good movie they had last year was totally based on nostalgia. And as Hebot told me, if it wasn't for that nostalgia, the movie would have been garbage, and it is garbage without that nostalgia. Like I don't like that means less than nothing to me. If the story is true, that
Brother
Mike,
Erock, real quick,
yeah,
just put this comparison and you'll validate what I said to you even more. Compare that Spider-Man to Batman, and you tell me if I was wrong.
oh no, you weren't wrong. We were just talking about that before the show. You was 100% right. But like this is so crazy to me how these motherfucking gamers didn't give a shit about fucking Spider Man. Didn't give a rat's ass about fucking Spider Man until it became a PlayStation exclusive. Y'all didn't give a fuck about him. It's been Spider Man games on the as Heba showed us on the Xbox One, the Amazing Spider Man One, the Amazing Spider Man Two, Spider Man Web of Shadows, Spider Man Dark Fate, Spider Man and the enlarged prostate. It's been a million fucking Spider Man games, and nobody gave a fuck about them. And I tell folks, and nobody believes me. The last Spider-Man game I bought was June or around June of 2002. It was by this company called Treyarch. It was the Spider-Man game based on Sam Raimi's movie. And guess what you had to do in that game? Swing around on ropes, stop criminals, find the shocker. Swinging around on ropes, stop criminals, fight the Green Goblin. What the fuck has changed in 20 years? What the fuck has changed in 40 years since the game first came out by Activision on the Atari 2600?
Based
So,
on the Batman
so
combat.
So if Xbox turned that
Damn.
if Xbox turned that shit down, then good. Um, like see,
Iraq, I gotta tell you a story.
all of this shit is coming from these fucking Sony fans and these Sony ponies and these Sony loving fucking media. Like Microsoft's strategy is saying, look, we want to own our intellectual properties. That's the smart move. Now,
Exactly.
now, I could pull aside tons of fucking real gamers and ask them, man, what would you rather have on Xbox? Wolverine and Spider Man or fucking Elder Scrolls and Doom?
Yeah,
You're only going to get one fucking answer if you're a gamer. Elder Scrolls and Doom, right? Spider Man and Marvel is a casual brand. The hardcore motherfuckers like myself that been following Spider Man since the 70s, like you cut us out. You cut us out. You told us that we can't be a part of the party no more. So fuck y'all. I don't. If the story's true, unlimited production. Not to be rude, man. I really don't give a shit. I think Marvel's overrated. I think that Spider-Man game from Insomniac is fucking overrated. Well, you would like it if you had it. How you fucking gonna tell me what I'm like, nigga? Like I
Game
only
ain't
like
shit.
I only like one or two of the Batman Arkham games. So how the fuck you gonna tell me what I'm like? So get out of here, man. Like I would rather Xbox do what they're doing and own their
Yeah.
IPs, owning Doom, owning fucking Elder Scrolls, and shit like Eval. I'd rather them do that than worry about these third party deals and locking down Spider Man because that audience, that casual audience, is so fickle. You'll have them one day and they'll turn against you the fucking next. So I don't care about that shit. I don't think Xbox should be locking down superhero games. I like Xbox's position right now as the shooter box and as the biggest holder of Western RPGs that we ever seen before. To me, that's what gets my juices flowing. I don't give a fuck about a goddamn Spider Man. I mean, goddamn, I've been playing Spider Man games in the '80s. Played Spider Man. What was that shit? Maximum Carnage.
hmm
Y'all probably forgot about that shit. That was on the Sega Genesis.
I
Like
remember.
Spider Man, man, get
Hell no, I still remember that. I was playing it the other day.
like man, come on, man. Like this shit is so crazy. So like, if Xbox did turn them down, good on them. Fuck them. Oh well, that was a big mistake. Look, Sony Spider Man is a big hit. Well, man, look, do y'all do if that's what floats y'all boat, fine. I don't give a fuck about a Marvel. I don't give a fuck about a Spider Man. I care more about Elder Scrolls, Doom, and all of that shit that Xbox locked down. And I can't wait for these games to come out, man. So if the story is true, unlimited production, I really don't care. I really don't care. That's just fodder for Twitter and fodder for these fools to see. Xbox don't know what they're doing. No, they know exactly what they're doing. That's why they own fucking Activision and fucking Bethesda right now. And y'all salty about that shit. Y'all going to be salty. Look, I can't help it if y'all motherfuckers don't want to get no pussy. If y'all don't want to become adults and y'all upset over these plastic boxes. But I got to be honest with you, I don't give a fuck about a Spider Man. And it's telling that I haven't bought a Spider Man game since 2002. God damn, what was unlimited production? Fucking 11 when
The
the last
last one
time.
I had was on the Dreamcast, I think.
God damn, so that's fucking earlier than goddamn nigga. Yeah, and then the week I bought it, my boy Kev, my mechanic, came by and looked at me playing that shit. Oh, you playing Spider Man, huh? Because the movie came out. He was like trying to clown me and shit. I deserved to be clowned. No, man, unlimited. I really don't care if it's true or if it's false. I could give a shit about that because if Spider Man was this banger, like y'all say, I would have bought a PlayStation 4. I haven't bought one, so that must mean that. And then they don't give a fuck about Spider Man. Well, you said you bought Spider Man No Way Home. That's because they baited me with fucking Tobey Maguire. He's the only reason why I bought that shit. So other than that, man, no, I really don't care unlimited production.
Yeah, hey, and that's completely understandable. And and I'm on the opposite end of Iraq. I love my superhero games. I make no qualms about my game of the year last year being Guardians of the Galaxy, for example.
Respect, respect.
Yeah, so we and that's the beauty of being an adult is that me and Iraq, we get along, we understand each other. But we don't have to enjoy the exact same fucking games all the time. That would be boring as hell. But I'm gonna move on to you,
Okay,
Tuck.
okay, okay. Hold on, real
Oh,
quick.
oh
My
yeah, go
brother,
ahead,
my
go ahead,
brother. Hold on.
go ahead.
Y'all motherfuckers think I'm lying, right? Watch this shit. Pay attention to my screen. You see me? Right? Y'all see me, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Watch this. Watch what you seeing. And I'm playing this on my Xbox Series X. What the fuck you see there?
Hold on, let me get it on the big screen. What he about doing?
He playing that Spider Man and Venom Maximum
The
Carnage.
Sega
Oh,
Genesis
okay.
one. Did
All
I
right.
tell you? Y'all think I'm bullshit.
Oh
I'm
no,
playing on
no,
my
no.
No.
Xbox Series. I'm playing it in my Series X, baby.
I had to see,
You
man.
can't do that on Play. You can't do that on the
Damn.
PlayStation, can you?
I, I,
Hell no.
I
If you
thought
want to
you.
know how to do it, if you
I
want to know
thought
how to
you.
do it, you get in
I,
touch with Hebot through DMs.
I thought. I, I thought. Yeah,
Damn.
I had
Ebot
to.
is killing it
Yeah,
out
You
I
see
had to.
that shit?
I had to check
Play
it
that
out.
shit.
Oh
Let's
boy.
play. Let's play. Let's play. Let's play. Look, let's play a little bit. New York City. Look at that. Let's
Hey, hey,
go.
yeah, hey, go ahead and play in the background while Tuck speaks on this
No
next
problem.
topic.
Talk. Go ahead. Talk. Keep talking. I'll be in the background playing.
Man, let me play this, y'all. When it comes down to Spider-Man, I haven't played Spider-Man game since the damn 360, okay? Now I'm gonna play this, y'all. When I played it, shot little webs, didn't play the game back again. That's how much my shit is about Spider-Man. I really don't give a damn about Spider-Man. Just like Ebrock said, you go from town to town and you fight a villain. Go from town to town and fight another villain. Dude, how many times can you swing from a building to building and all you're gonna do is fight a couple criminals and that's it? You fighting the same damn people as you always have been. So these ponies, you know, bragging about Spider-Man, I don't give a damn about a Spider-Man either.
Hey
Hell,
Tuck.
I
Hey
mean,
Tuck. Hey Tuck. At least with Arkham Knight and Arkham City, that you had as Batman,
yeah,
you had to like detect some shit. You had to do like some
yeah,
detect. They tried to mix it the fuck up.
right, right. I
Yeah,
mean,
and
just like you said, if you think about that, yeah. If you want to think about all the Arkham Knights, hell, you had to investigate. You had to do all that shit. But with Spider-Man,
you look
shit.
for catch pigeons and find backpacks.
And that's about
there.
hey, and hoping that you don't get no bird shit on you while you're flying up there. So now that's all I gotta say about that. I don't give a rat's ass about a Spider-Man. These Sony people, man, they crazy. Oh, we got Spider-Man. I say, who gives a fuck? Yeah, I mean, nobody ain't playing that shit no more. I said, it's a single player experience, like I always have said, and y'all ain't playing it no more. If
Yeah,
anybody playing that damn game right now, you're a lot of damn morons.
that shit he about playing Tuck. Me and my boy, we rented that shit from this shit called Blockbuster Video. Nigga, when's the last time any of y'all seen a Blockbuster?
Shit. But we haven't seen the blockbuster in a long time, man.
These Spider-Man games, it's been a million of them. Like he about said, what, 36 of them? God
Yeah.
damn.
Yeah.
So no, but no, limit. That's all I gotta say about that. I mean, I really don't give a damn about Spider-Man. I mean, I just don't give a damn. I mean, they can have it. Don't need it. I like what what Microsoft is doing with their games, and that's it. So, like I said, I'm an Xbox dude through and through. I bleed green, and that's it. So, if you look at I'll put like this. In the next couple of weeks, my room is gonna be half Pittsburgh Steelers on one side and half Xbox on the other side. So when I get that done, I'm showing you everything.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah, so just to let you know. So, but no, that's all I got to say about that, y'all.
All right, excellent, excellent, excellent stuff. Tuck. Hey, other Zinc, my brother. You might have a little more insight than I did because again, I read a couple articles about this. I didn't do my usual further digging deeper because I've been so busy. But what are your thoughts on these two articles that came out over the last week or so about Microsoft turning down these Disney properties One was Spider-Man, and the other Knights of the Old Republic remake.
It's all a setup. But before I forget this guy in the chat, I'm gonna have to put him in a league with Emmanuel A1 and the rest of the dogs that I walk the streets with. This dude, D Gamer 76, he
Hmm.
has some good shit throughout this chat here. But
Yeah.
I'll get to him if we have time later. But this dude has been on fire.
Oh yeah,
So
he's always
anyway,
commenting. He's always comments on my videos, man.
yeah, I
He's a
apologize for that because I've never seen this dude before. So if I had but I noticed him today. So it's a good thing. But go ahead. Okay, but anyway, back to this your question. It's all a part of the setup. You see, they're trying to do things in succession to get people to steadily diminish the value of Xbox, and they're trying to tear down the show by saying Xbox missed out on
Hey, real
purchasing.
quick. We're gonna show you the Nintendo version. Keep going.
So what they were doing, what they were doing was is they just trying to stir up controversy to say Microsoft is mismanaging things. They should have a Marvel character, but this guy has this book or whatever. This happened in 2014. Well, I'll tell you this. This is a colonism. See,
Mhm.
stupid people do things like this, and Sony fell for the okey doke because Colin Moriarty, Unlimited, and I know about this because we can't stand Colin Moriarty. Sony went ahead and bought Spider-Man the rights to do the game when Disney is making all of the profits, just like Hebot says, is Spider-Man is a perception game. We have Spider-Man, okay? That's not bringing them no money. Meanwhile, Phil Spencer said when everybody's saying, "Oh, they were going to get rid of Microsoft, get rid of the Xbox division," no, they weren't. That guy that started that article, Phil Spencer, was never quoted that. That's what that guy said. But here's what Microsoft did in 2014. They went and bought Minecraft. Now, you tell me what the fuck you would buy. Do you want the money from Minecraft as owning all things Minecraft? They paid $2.4 billion for Minecraft and they made their money back with inside of 3 weeks. Now, so do you want Spider-Man or do you want Minecraft? And then people, I'm gonna keep on going.
Nigga, that's the
People,
dumbest question since what came first, the chicken or the egg?
thank you.
What you want to do?
So
Make money or have a bunch of casuals sucking your balls? I'd rather make
that's
money.
right. That's
Not,
right.
not only that, not only that, E-Rock, not only that, do you want to make money or do you want to pay the guy whose license you've been renting and not really making a big profit? So
Thank you.
so uh and because your game didn't sell, since you didn't sell all 20 million at the
Mhm.
$60 price point, uh
Absolutely.
which this reminds me before other Zinc get back to it, they bundled Sony
Yep.
bundled Horizon 2 with the PS5 this week. So
Of course.
that's why they didn't release the sales because they're going to lie about themselves
Yep.
now that that's packaged with the PS5. But get back to it, then.
Yep.
Was it?
And
You
and
said they bundled what again?
Horizon Forbidden
Horizon 2,
West.
yeah, Horizon 2 with the PS5.
That's their
So they doing
mantra.
that same shit what they did with Spider Man that year, huh?
Yep.
They bundled Spider-Man over the holiday season also. That's why it jumped back
Yeah.
up in the top, whatever. But anyway, but see, what do you want, Minecraft or Spider-Man? And that's what I've been trying to say in people's chats that I listen to every now and again, and they keep glossing over that. They want to say Microsoft has a management problem. No, bro, Microsoft have a smart problem. And then you hear a gaming addict saying, "Oh, and they don't even have Final Fantasy VII." So fucking what? They have Roblox. Roblox make, and it's an exclusive. That game make so much freaking money. It's the only thing that's second to Minecraft.
Wait a
So
minute. Oh God, why can't these guys on Twitter answer these motherfuckers back? Y'all don't have Final Fantasy VII. Well, y'all don't have Doom no more. Y'all don't have
they
Wolfenstein.
ain't got
Y'all don't
shit.
have Elder Scrolls. Y'all don't have nothing.
They have
So
nothing. They have nothing that makes money. And here's the thing. And like Hebot was saying a little bit earlier, but just a little while ago, about what does that do for you when you have things that make money like Minecraft? When you have things that make money like Roblox, when you have things that make money like Halo, when you have things that make money like that on a daily basis, you get Game Pass. You get shit. You get AAA games that we would normally pay $60 for. That shit come for free. And if you want to pay for it and own it, I don't want to get cussed out by Sega Man and Unlimited because they have a stack of collections that'll fill up my garage of box games. If you want to buy the box game, you can still buy the box game.
Mm-hmm.
But in their service, they're putting their game in there because they make so much money. They don't have to take your money. They'll just say, hey, buy a microtransaction or two. And then when you get that one person that'll spend like $3,000 on Halo stuff, that take up for everybody.
Zink,
You know,
it's a fucking clown show. The number one game over on the PlayStation is what? Fucking
Fortnite.
Fortnite. And look, I didn't even understand motherfucking Cliff Blazinski's hustle. Yo, look, no offense, Xbox, but he went away from Gears of War happily. I ain't know that
Of
nigga had this.
course,
I ain't know
he's
that
a
nigga had
multimillionaire.
this Fortnite shit up his fucking sleeves. The Epic Games ain't gotta make another fucking game again ever. They done. It's over.
Uh,
It's
Let
over
me
with.
do you one better, Erock. Fortnite, well, not Fortnite. Fortnite didn't save Epic. PUBG saved Epic. That Fortnite copied and in turn made Epic all the money that they have right now. And it allowed Epic to invest more in their Unreal 5 and Unreal 5. Unreal and Unreal 5, those engines, they've been making graphics to the games. So it allowed them to bolster their economy so they could become more profitable. See, that's what cash cow franchises do for you. They put money elsewhere where things are needed so you could bolster the rest of your company. Don't get me started on this, but everybody that's in this chat, you guys remember that. So when they say how Microsoft mismanaged something, you ask those motherfuckers, what would you rather have? Minecraft money or Spider-Man money that you and Colin Moriarty don't even own? Disney owns Spider-Man.
Hey, look, it's always better to own. That's all I'm gonna say. I'd rather own my house than rent it and all that stuff. Own my car than keep paying on it forever. So, I,
Unlimited. Let me stop you. I'm glad you said it that way. I was so happy when my big sister finally bought uh property because she had been renting for like 20 or 25 years. She finally bought her home. Okay, now it's hers. So now she can sell it when she's done with it. Okay, it's ownership, Colin Moriarty, not renting shit all day.
How come Xbox don't have a Spider-Man? How come Xbox and it's unlimited production said this about 2 years ago. He was like these guys have this mentality that whatever Sony got to do, Xbox has to do. No, they're following their own path. They're doing their own thing, and that's why Xbox by itself is a multi-billion-dollar company, and Sony is fucking stocks is fucking dropping. And they'll never get it. They'll never, but Spider-Man, Spider-Man. Yep. And every copy of Spider-Man y'all sell, Disney is sitting there like, you got our money, you got our money, you got our money. No. We making the money. Remember, y'all pay for perception. Spider-Man. You can't teach these idiots. And the thing about it is, Kid Smooth and them got some kind of sense. I think BG Games has some kind of sense. They just don't want to use it. That's what's baffling about these guys. Just say that you.
They're afraid to use it so they don't lose viewership.
There you go. There you go. There
Hmm.
you go.
Hmm.
I got nothing else. He about ended that right there. Thank you.
well, I'll say this before I let Hebop speak. Um, I think for some of them, they genuinely believe Sony is on top, and no matter how much you throw facts at them, in their mind, if it isn't praising Sony, then you're the enemy. And I truly believe that's how they how
For
that's how
sure,
they think.
for sure, unlimited, but not Kid Smooth.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Because like E-Rock said, Kid Smooth is not dumb. He's just playing the role because he
yeah.
cares about his viewership. My bad. Continue.
No. And just one last point, and then you could go, Hebot. Look, the ones who are playing a role, your kids' moves and all them. Yeah, they know it. They know it. But at the end of the day, so fucking what? They're still embarrassing themselves on public forums, saying incredibly dumb stuff, making other people money by their stupid ass tweets. I don't. If one of my tweets ever made a Alex video or Fortenga video, I'm deleting my fucking account. Cause ain't no way they're gonna make $100 off me being a fucking asshole on Twitter.
Fuck no, ain't no way. It ain't no way. I'm gonna let look. Look, I gotta say a racist word. My views are not the views of this panel. So don't get mad at me. Don't get mad at them. Ain't no way. I'm gonna let some cracker make hundreds of dollars off of me, off of my tweet. I'm gonna hunt you down like, yo, man, you better cut me off some of that bread, okay? You making these dumbass tweets and hot takes every day, and these white boys is making all this money off. It's ridiculous. It's
Look,
ridiculous.
E-Rock, I want to add to what
you putting their kids through college.
I want to add to what you and Unlimited just said. Look, shout out to Legal because he tweeted out something the other day. He put it on Instagram, I think. Okay, and it was basically saying about that the value of games don't come from them being only AAA games. Real gamers play games, not budget, right?
Correct.
And I said I'm not retweeting that, and he goes, "Well, why?" Well, because when I said that 4 years ago, 5 years ago, 3 years ago, 2 months ago in our podcast, I said games that are good are good. Real gamers appreciate games. You don't play budget and graphics. No one want to retweet my shit. Everybody want to, except, for you guys, the usual suspects, the people that believed in me and that supported me. But the majority, okay, even people like Boom, even people like Colt, Dealer, all the motherfuckers that play the role, right? Because they're only worried about that cash advance that they get, right? And why do I know that's why they worry about? Because when Microsoft is doing good, all they do is talk good about Xbox. When Microsoft is doing a little drought, they're the first ones to add to the fuel. We're neutrals. We're not exports. We're neutrals. That's how you know they're playing the fucking role, right?
You told me this years ago, dude. You told me this years ago.
I said games are games, and that's why Game Pass is so prevalent and important because you could put any game in there, whether it's AAA, AA, single A, whatever, and it's going to give the audience that it wouldn't find otherwise. Because a motherfucker is going to go buy that brand new Red Dead Redemption, that brand new Call of Duty, that brand new Assassin's Creed, that brand new whatever game that's popular, right? Before 3 Tech Tsumi or Jumi or Tech Tsumi, whatever the fuck it's called, right? That's a fact. That's what they're going to do. But with Game Pass, you play that motherfucker, you realize how fucking dope it is, and you see the price, you're like, oh, fuck this. I'm buying this. You see what I'm trying to say? I want to own this motherfucker. This is worth my money. And that's the power of Game Pass. And I said this long ago, and like I said, that's why I won't retweet it. I'm tired of making motherfuckers rich by supporting them. Meanwhile, I'm still stuck at $9.50. Fuck
Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother.
That's not what's happening.
Thank you. Thank you, my brother.
And Hebot, go ahead and speak on the topic about these Disney IPs.
Okay, so real quick, I'm going to say this one time. We're going to get this sermon on, and you guys ain't never going to have to speak about it again. Do I believe Disney went to Microsoft? Yes, but this is the difference. There's something that people keep missing. Beanox was the only company developing the game with Activision, right? They had a contract deal for almost 10 years, right? All the games were being funded by Activision. Activision was trying to prioritize Call of Duty. Why? Why, Azizing? Say that magic word. Because that's their breadwinner, right? Because it's the motherfucking game that makes them the billions of dollars. It wasn't Spider-Man. It was Call of Duty. So it made sense. Yet, Beanox still worked with what they had and developed the best Spider-Man games ever made. Because everything that you see in the Spider-Man PS4 is everything that was adapted from Beanox's games. Nothing new was added to the new Spider-Man. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. And graphics is not new. Graphics just means you're in a new generation with more power, with new engines that's going to make it look more advanced with more technology. That's it. That's all it means. And neither is mocap. Mocap means it's just money, more money involved, and you can hire actors to do the mocap. Let's get that clear, right? And if you notice the pattern, when they went to them, it was at the time when Marvel just recently had gotten acquired, not too long ago, by Disney, because Marvel was going to go bankrupt.
Mm-hmm.
So now Marvel's talking about we want to do AAA style quality games like Batman, because Batman they saw made money, and since Marvel was the new hot shit where everybody was sucking on every Marvel movie, it didn't matter. It was about Dookie, it was fire, right? Right?
Long as it had jokes.
Let's keep it 100. They realized they had an opportunity about can we make AAA Marvel games so now they can sell just like Batman. We want a Batman killer. That was the same quote in the book of the Ultimate Gaming History from the same guy that was Stephen L. Kent that wrote it, right? I have volume 1, right? And stupid ass Porter Rock want to come and size me up like the dummy that he is when he go and get smashed every time. I showed him I had the book. Oh, get a clue. You don't know what you're talking about. But I have the book. You quoting somebody that wrote on a forum, which was Resteria, which they always doing stupid shit about Xbox, right? Quoting another motherfucker that was only speaking a piece of it. And in that quote, it said, Marvel wanted them to make a better quality Spider-Man game, new eyes, new budget, bigger quality, and new and like a new talent, right? And then so Beanox, right? And not Beanox, Activision told them, I hope you find that unicorn. Why? Because Beanox saw the numbers. I mean, Activision saw the numbers. They knew those games didn't sell, right? So what did they do? They went to Microsoft, I'm guarantee you, in 2014 when they were in their restructuring process. Phil wasn't even at the helm yet. Remember, it was 2015 when he changed everything. So they're restructuring because they wanted the biggest company in the world that had the biggest money to fund that bad boy for them, to make it AAA, right? But they couldn't do it. So what did they do next? They went to Sony. Now remember, Sony has sold them back the marketing rights after Disney bought them for merchandising. They no longer own the merchandising, which include video games.
So stupid.
But there's something that Sony did own. The Spider-Man movie rights. Okay? No, Heba, that don't make no sense. Okay, motherfuckers. Then you fucking tell me with your super intelligence, why the fuck would Sony get an exclusive deal to 2 games and an upcoming third with Wolverine, unless they had something to gain and Disney had something to gain from them if they had the movie rights? When they just wanted it, that was the same time when the Avengers came out, where they fucking introduced Peter Parker Spider-Man for the first time in the fucking Avengers. Why do you think that happened? Because Sony had the rights, and the only way they could do that is if they split it with Sony. Sony got the fucking value and the fucking profits from the movies, while they got the merchandise from the game.
Hey, Heba, every solo Spider-Man movie I ever seen, the credits always start out with either Columbia or Sony Pictures.
Exactly. And let me ask you another question, guys. Why isn't that fucking Marvel Disney's funded Spider-Man PS4, Spider-Man Miles Morales, Spider-Man 2, and the upcoming Wolverine, but they didn't fund the one that Beanox and Activision did? And why they didn't fund the one that Nintendo did with Ultimate Alliance? That was Nintendo with Team Ninja. They funded that. Huh? What makes Sony so special that they're willing to fund it? Meanwhile, Nintendo funded their game. Beanox and Activision funded their game. Number one, that they intervened even when they got bought by Disney. Huh? I know why. Because they wanted Peter Parker in the movies. And they're not going to tell you that. Of course they're not going to tell you that. Because until you motherfuckers could tell me in the comments, on Twitter, on Instagram, why the fuck that game is exclusive when all 36 games were always multi-platform, then you know for a fact that Sony and Disney had nothing to gain from each other. Funny how in 2019, Sony was going to lose the rights to motherfucking Spider-Man for the movie rights, right? And guess what happened? They made the multiverse, which is a Spider-Man related content, but not with Peter Parker, right? Not directly. Then they made Venom. Now they made fucking Venom 2. Now they're making Morpheus. They made Kraven. All Spider-Man related, but there's no Spider-Man in it. Where they even did you the hokey doke to make you think that the Morpheus movie has Spider-Man in it because they showed the Vulture from the Spider-Man movie with Disney, and then it ended up being some bullshit marketing joke.
That shit tanked so hard they still trying to find Jared Leto.
Hello, you stupid
They they
motherfuckers.
they,
Get
they
him.
still they still trying to
Okay,
find
and
they
they
still trying to
and they
find Jared Leto.
exactly, and it's Jared Leto, exactly. And all this is all to you motherfucking dummy motherfuckers that are gonna come in the comments. Heba, you crazy, you fucking bugging. No, fuck you. I'll debate this shit with any of you motherfuckers. And I'm making the announcement here. Any of you, I'll debate any of you motherfuckers that can prove to me that it wasn't Disney that funded it because they wanted fucking Spider-Man in the MC fucking you. Maybe they'll suck at you, but my dick is too precious to me. They can't suck at me. You suck at my dick. Sorry. But that's what I have to say about that.
Oh, absolutely excellent, excellent, man. This is my favorite Hebot, man. This is my favorite Hebot, man.
Angry Hebot.
Yeah, angry Hebot.
Yeah,
Not the one from some
illegal
month
Ebot.
ago. Not the Hebot from some month ago who was like, no, no, no. Nah, this the Hebot I wanted. So look, you guys got time for one more topic real quick?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Absolutely.
So we're gonna finish it off with this. The last report that came out this week was that the Xbox Series S, you know, the Series S, the $300 console that I keep hearing is not next gen, this and that, has outsold the PS5 in Japan. Now, how many times have we heard for years that Xbox needs Japan, this and that? It turns out that no, they don't need Japan after all. They're doing fine. So I'm gonna start off with you, Era. What are your thoughts on this? The Xbox Series X is more popular in Japan than the PS5, or what?
Oh man, what a happy day. This is great news. Listen, hey man, I don't count sales. I don't care about sales because I game. But I had said in one of the podcasts that if they lose Japan and if they lose Europe, these motherfuckers are gonna lose their mind. It's gonna be mass
Oh, yes, you did.
suicide.
You did say that. You did
It's
say
gonna
it.
be kids smoothing them and BG Games gonna lose their minds on Twitter. And Chuck was asking earlier, why is Sony so popular? Why are they number one? Well, they're number one because in the '90s they were able to not just take over Japan. They're a hometown console from Japan, but Japan is a very small island. It was capturing Europe. It was the big deal. That's what made Sony, not fucking Japan. It mostly the United States, but they had Europe on lockdown. So when you're in more regions, Tuck, than your competitors, that's why Sony has been number one. But that
No,
shit's
Iraq,
eroding.
Iraq, that's not what I was saying. That's not what I was saying.
Okay,
I
well
said
maybe
what I was trying to tell you is this: since Xbox is so innovative,
in 10 words or less,
I
Tuck.
mean, everybody wants to talk. They the number one damn gaming console out there. Why they not innovative like Microsoft? That's what
It
I'm
don't.
trying
Oh,
to say.
But see, it don't. We understand that, but it's like I told you in a previous podcast. Microsoft creates and Sony copies and pastes.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They should.
What
I mean, they should. Since they have been in the lead this damn long, they should be the one that's coming out with this shit first.
what did he bought? Who's one
And
of
I
the
understand
smartest?
what he about said. They
But
don't got the money.
no,
I
it's not
always have said that.
perception. Can we all spell it together? It's
I
about
know about
perception.
that. I know about that shit too.
It's about perception. That's
I
why
know about that
I,
too.
I, I
I don't know
understand.
how to spell. I'm stupid.
I understand that Microsoft innovates. We've been saying that for
Yep.
years. I understand it innovates. But when you have Japan and you have Europe and you have Spider-Man, it's perception. It's perception.
And
Well,
I agree.
slowly that perception is eroding. So when you hear stuff like the Xbox Series S outsells PlayStation in Japan, or I think it was last month they outsold in a couple of regions in Europe.
Europe,
That
yeah.
that that that's alarming. That's alarming for them who have held a fucking reign over Europe. So to me, unlimited. When I hear news like that the Xbox Series S is more popular in Japan of all places than PlayStation, it means Sony must have been fucked up down there in the land of the rising sun. How you fuck up on your home turf? How you do that shit? But you know what? I don't care because the sooner this stupid Japanese box goes away, we ain't gotta see Jess Corden no more. We ain't gotta see fucking Puerto Rock who needs to go fucking get a cure for that damn gamma radiation that blew his head up. We ain't got to see none of these dudes no more. So that's great news. That's great news that Xbox has outsold Sony in Japan. That's incredible. That's great news. I want them to get Europe now. If they get Europe unlimited production, it's over. It's over. And the tweets, I can't wait to see the tweets. I love the tweets. The tweets are going to be hilarious. The damage control, oh man, it's gonna be fantastic. They gonna be on Twitter like one of them old time fire brigades with fucking horses and carriages. It's gonna be crazy
Hey,
watching them try to
Iraq,
put up these
you know
fires.
what's nice? What's nice because you probably haven't seen it, but I think Unlimited has on Twitter. A lot of people, right, that have been buying it in Japan because you know how they let you translate the language.
Hmm.
They've been answering back people like trying to downplay the sales and saying how they discovered this Xbox, like the S and the freedom of Game Pass that is amazing. And they're giving back their response to the people trying to downplay it. And it's great. You see it every day. You see a bunch of it. Fireballs always sends me a lot of the stuff. That's how I see it. But it's out there. And that's cool. You see it. Like if I see something, I'm gonna show it to you. I'm gonna put it on the chat so that you guys can see it, how they responding back.
I love it, man. Great news, Unlimited. Just great news.
Yeah, it really is. And so it's funny because a couple months ago they outsell the PS5 in Europe. Now they're outselling the PS5 in Japan. Hey, the fall of Rome is here, and I'm gonna move over to you, Tuck. What are your thoughts on the Xbox Series S outselling the PS5 in Japan?
Well, like I always have said, and I'm gonna still always say this: when the streaming became involved with over there in Japan, like I said, and we'll say this again, they like playing their games on their phones. That is a plus. That just add fuel to the fire for Microsoft, and that's the reason why they did it. Because the thing about it, if you think about it, fellas, what was the biggest thing about what was going on with Xbox overseas? They saying that the damn machine was too damn big. They were saying it was this and all that stuff.
The controller
Phil
was too
Spencer
big.
came over there. Phil Spencer went over there, and he made everything simple for him. That's the reason why. And now I'm glad to see Microsoft doing what they're doing. But when it comes down to it, like I said, they like seeing shit on their phone. Whenever you can turn around and play the same damn game that's on your console, on your damn phone, that is a plus. Tablets, phones, everything. Sony's not doing that right now. Sony's not doing it, and as far as I'm concerned, I hope, and I'm like E-Rock on this shit. I hope they Japanese asses fall down and do not get back up. I hope they do not get back up from this shit because, hey, I'm so tired of these damn PS fans all saying this, saying that about the PS5. And it's not about shit. They still can't, they still have a hard time selling them son of a guns. They can't even manufacture them enough. So, yes, it's relevant that Microsoft is selling over there. They got the little smaller box, and that's what everybody like. The smaller box. And that's a plus. The Xbox Series X, smaller. Who want that big ass radiator to be sitting in their fucking house? Nobody don't need no goddamn radiator to sit in their damn house.
Fucking radiator.
Come on, y'all. Smaller the better. And that's the reason why Microsoft is winning this damn thing right now. And they're gonna keep on putting pressure on their ass. And that thing to these motherfuckers who the damn journalists who saying that they are Microsoft, the Xbox, the Game Pass burnout. Fuck them. Fuck them in their glorious ass. Because at the end of the damn day, they're gonna bring their ass back to Xbox. You know it, everybody else knows it too. Because when Microsoft get this shit straightened up next year, which I know they will, and now I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm gonna tell you right now, fuck it. I hope they make Call of Duty an exclusive all the way now.
Yeah.
Fuck them motherfuckers. I hope they make Call of Duty exclusive all the way to Xbox and say screw y'all. Because that's where you making most of your damn money anyway. On Call of Duty anyway. That's the reason why now you're hearing Sony want to get into this Destiny multiplayer thing now. That's the reason why they want to get into the multiplayer thing, because you know why? Because they're single players, like y'all have always said. Single player games is not making them no money. It's the one when you can have multiplayer play in it, where you can have download content, keep the game fresh, and all the bullshit. So no, when it comes down to it, I hope them motherfuckers fail big damn time. And because I love my Xbox and I bleed green, and those motherfuckers over there, those damn opponents can kiss my black ass. That's all I got to say about that. Now, you want the Hebot to come out? Now, this fucking Tuck Master coming out now.
That's the most countryest ether you ever going to get. So
I mean, dude, Hebot brings it out of me. Y'all just don't understand. I was waiting for Hebot to bring his ass out. I'm so tired of me calling him Professor Hebot. For the first damn time, he brought his ass out. Damn.
Well, thank you. I'm glad I could be of assistance.
Took his ass long enough. Took his ass a month to bring the true Hebot out.
Yeah.
So
he bought out for revenge. That's what he out for.
And then y'all, you know what? That's all I gotta say about that, goddamn. Because y'all know when it comes down to that, that's it. That's it.
Yeah.
Hey man, let me go ahead and say my last piece. I finally made it to the beauty shop. I'm actually in the street and I'm in the hood where my daughter get her hair done at. So I'm taking a risk of getting shot on this corner over here. But anyway, hey, I'm so glad. I'm like E-Rock. I really don't care about the sales, but at any rate, I'm glad that they beat them, even if it was only for a week in Japan. Because Japan hates American products. They hate them.
Yeah, they do.
Okay, only select American products sell any damn thing over there. So in order to win, 1 week is monumental. And I'm just here for the bullshit. It's just something that you kick sand and they shit talking face about, but it really doesn't mean anything to me because North America controls 2/3 of all goods and services sold through to consumers. That's how vast your market here is that we reside in. That shit don't mean nothing over there. And besides, console sales are dead in Japan. That shit don't mean nothing. But anyway, guys, that's me signing out. I'll listen to the rest of the show. I have to go back in here to this beauty shop and spend $500,000 on my daughter's hair. I'll talk to y'all later.
Hey, good papas do what they got to do, my dude.
You.
All right, peace, fellas.
Yeah.
Peace, peace, Zink.
Yeah. But before Hebot goes, check out other Zinc on the Day One podcast with my brother 100. Absolutely fantastic stuff, man. It's always great to have him here. And Hebot, we're going to wrap it up with you tonight, my friend. So, what are your thoughts on this? None of us worship shells or none of that stuff. But it's always nice to see Xbox succeed. That's my mentality. I don't need to sit here and talk about sales. But what are your thoughts on the Series S outselling the PS5 and their homeland of the rising sun?
It's a great thing. I've said this many times. It's a great thing because Microsoft has been trying since the OG Xbox. That Seamus Blackley has said this many, many times in different stories when he's been interviewed, that their whole goal was to try really hard and try to win over the market of Japan because they wanted Japan to embrace them, and it meant something to them because they knew the Japanese market at that time, especially, they were still the most dominant force as far as making video games, right?
Right.
Most people think, oh, it's because Japan is the one who started this whole gaming thing. No, it wasn't. It was America with Pong and Atari and television and so forth and so forth, Odyssey and all those other companies and consoles. But what Japan did, though, it caught the engagement and the attention of the American audience when they brought out things like the Nintendo Entertainment System. Even though they lied to the people that were going to carry the product, the actual stores and stuff, they said it was a toy. They said it wasn't a video game console because of what happened with Atari, and it crashed so bad that all those toy outlets and stores like Two Guys and like the Kmart's and the Bradleys, nobody wanted to carry it. No one. So they lied. Okay, Nintendo did a little strategic move. They did a little white lie, and it worked. And thanks to Nintendo, because they did this, and this is the only reason why I have a lot of respect still for Nintendo, even though I don't like what they do. But I respect them for this, that they saved gaming. Because they did that lie, it got the attention of all these kids and girls and young teenagers when they packaged in Mario Brothers, right? And then it became a phenomenon, right? And it started to sell in the boatloads. So it revitalized and revived video game consoles and the video game space, right? No, it wasn't PC that saved video games. No, it wasn't anything else but consoles. But what people tend to forget is that if it wasn't for the American audiences, right, supporting all these Japanese developers and companies that made these products, the gaming industry in Japan would have never flourished and been as big as it was in the 80s, late 80s, 90s, and late 90s. You see? If it wasn't for them, there would not have been the growth that Nintendo and Sega had. And even allowing somebody like Sony, that was only purely an entertainment company that did, TVs, refrigerators, receivers, speakers, the Sony that actually really, that we know existed, right? Because, yeah, they did publish certain games back in the day, but it was games based off their movie studios that they had licensing rights. For example, like Hook, the movie with Peter Pan, with Robin Williams, right? They published that because they owned the property IP, right? That's why they were involved, not because they actually did things in games. So it is nice to see, because for finally, with all this exertion, all this exhausting process through the years of Microsoft trying to cater, trying to adjust, when they even went as far as creating a second version of the Duke controller, which was the S controller for slimmer, to cater more to their hands because they're smaller sized people. Not because we're scoring on them or being racist, because by nature, Japanese people are very small people. They got smaller hands, and the Duke was very big, and it was uncomfortable for them, right? That was the excuse. Anyway, for the most part. So that they even went as far as doing that, readjusting a controller, spend billions of dollars probably at that time, or millions, just to do R&D to readjust it for them. And yet all they got was a middle finger. You see? So to see it now, all these years later, at the helm of Phil, where he was still there when it all started with OG, even though he was not in that, in the position that he was in, I'm pretty sure it must be something that makes them feel proud, something that makes them feel happy. So as an Xbox fan that's been there since Xbox started right in the beginning with OG, I can honestly say that I'm glad, I'm happy for them, because, they had great titles in the OG Xbox, like every Sega title that came out with the deal they did, that ended up being like 15 games, everything from Headhunter to Toe Jam Mineral 3, Shenmue 2 remastered from the Dreamcast or re-release, whatever. House of the Dead 3, Crazy Taxi 3, Gun Valkyrie, you understand, Virtual Fighter 3, so they had a lot of titles that should have not only adapted the Japanese audience to also embrace the Xbox, but to even migrate them over from not just simply playing the Nintendo consoles of that era, or the PlayStation consoles of that era, or the Sega consoles, because Dreamcast was still around, right? Even though it was already, a dying thing. So, I commend Xbox because they haven't quit, they haven't given up. And remember, Phil said this like 3 years ago. My goal is to try to gain the love, the respect, and the support of the Japanese audience and community in gaming. And sure enough, it's proven to have worked. He's doing, and he did enough that they're starting to trust and embrace something else other than Nintendo something else other than Sony. Does that mean they're going to stop supporting Sony and Nintendo and their product? Of course not. Does that mean that Xbox is going to do a hostile takeover and that's the only console that's going to dominate? Of course not. But at least finally they're going to be embraced, and they're being embraced, and they're being getting the due diligence and their due props that they deserve for trying for so many years to gain the respect and love of that audience. Okay, and yes, maybe it's because it's easier to produce the S and not the PS5. Maybe that may be the case. But I think that I think that even though that may be the case to a certain extent, I really genuinely feel because something like xCloud, right? That our brother Chuck talked about a lot of times, and something like Game Pass has really helped cement and stamp Xbox as a player in Japan
Yeah,
because they love. Go ahead.
and real quick, it's not only the chip shortage and none of that shit.
Mhm.
They Sony abandoned Japan at the end of last generation,
That's right.
and
They did say that. Mhm.
yeah, and so the Japanese audience in general has been frustrated with Sony for a while, for years
Yes.
now, because of
Yes.
that. So that's
Yes.
added to the decline as
I think
well.
that play. Yeah, That's a great point. That's a very valid point because what Sony did was they had to adjust and they had to liquidate, right? Because of what, guys? They have no money, right? They're struggling, so they had to liquidate and they prioritized the American market because that's where they make most of their money, right? And not in Japan. So they knew this. So they made that change and that shift, and it really hurts and pissed off and aggravated the Japanese market. And Microsoft saw a window of opportunity. Why? Because Microsoft has money. Microsoft can afford to bring out consoles in Japan or something like xCloud and Game Pass, and it costs them probably near to nothing. You see what I'm saying? But it still get people to play games on their ecosystem and more than likely buy games on their ecosystem, whether they're digital or not. Because in Japan, everybody's homes are very small. So they're very limited to space. That's why I believe they're even only allowed to have certain amount of children, if I'm not mistaken, because the space is very limited and they're very overpopulated.
That's right.
So their homes barely fit anything, right? I watched this guy that collects figures, and I swear to God, I love the dude, a little chubby, Japanese dude. He's awesome. But when you see his videos and I don't know how he sleeps in his house. He has so many fucking figures that they look like they're on top of his bed, like he uses it as a mattress. They're everywhere. And he barely fits in the apartment. He even says it all the time jokingly, I need another apartment or I need to rent out another place because I don't have enough space. And that's one of the other reasons. So something like Game Pass and xClouds gives them that flexibility where they could just play it on the tablet. They could just play it on their phone. They don't necessarily need a console. And then the fact that the S is so small, because if you guys never seen it, right? I own one because I bought one for my daughter, right? Because she wanted her own Xbox. And that shit is microscopic. It's small as fuck. You can literally put three of them in a book bag and they fit like nothing. They're very small and compact. So it's very easy for them to store right in back of the TV and it takes no space. So it's a very appealing product. Plus, it's only $200, $300 yen or whatever, their money. Or 7,000 yen, which equates to 300, whatever, $300 American, whatever the case may be. The point is, it's a very appealing product. And then you got all those games on the go for such a low price because Microsoft didn't put the price higher over there. They left it the same based off their money. It's great. I think it's well deserved, long overdue, obviously. And it just shows that Phil, Microsoft, Satya are so strong behind the product now and the brand, and they believe in the product and the brand so well and so much that they're willing to take that extra mile to keep trying, even though it may not bring them those quick, big buku money quality numbers. But for them, it's about making a stamp and a mark on the audiences of Japan with the quality of games they bring and what they give them as far as buck or value for their buck. You see what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I think it's great. I think it's fantastic.
Fantastic stuff, man. Always love the knowledge. And we're going to wrap it up there. It was a fantastic show. I want to thank everybody for joining. Sorry I couldn't get to the comments like I usually do, but we had a large cast tonight and everybody just brought their A game. But before we wrap it up, follow Tuckmaster on his YouTube channel where he has the Lions Den podcast on Saturday mornings. And with that, E-Rock, let them know where they could find you. Hey, E-Rock, you there?
Yep.
Hey, let them know where they could find you.
Oh, my bad, guys. Yeah. My mic went out. Yeah, man. It's the E-Rock X channel, man. It's always great to be here with unlimited production and getting that unlimited truth out there because it's always needed in this crazy gaming space.
Yes, thank you. And let them know where they could find you, my friend, and then we're gonna call it a night.
Absolutely. You guys can always find me here in the Unlimited Truth on the Exile podcast with my brother E-Rock on there every second Sundays of the month or every 2 Sundays in a month. Obviously, with my brother Sega Man in his podcast on Saturdays, the Let's Talk with Sega Man. And, big shout out to these guys because it's very difficult for me to make my own podcast that I always try to bring out, which is We Got Next. And if it wasn't for these guys doing these shows, it would not allow me to get an opportunity to say certain things that I just can't say every day on videos because I don't have the time or I don't have the health or I just can't do it because it's a lot more complex and a lot more to it when you're doing it yourself. It's a lot of work, whether it may not seem like that to you guys, the viewers. It's a lot of work to do a podcast. It takes a lot of exhaustion out of you, believe it or not. Whether just to even host it or to find the right topics is not easy. So because of you guys, shout out to you. I thank you because if it wasn't for you guys, I couldn't give out my, any information or speak my mind or how I feel because I'm not always able to do videos, like I said. Yeah. But you guys can find me on YouTube on the Hebot. We Got Next when I do it, obviously, even with Mr. 100 Saturday nights on his the Day One podcast, whenever he can, and remembers to invite me and stuff like that. Or even on social media. You can find me on Instagram, on Twitter. Under Instagram is C_respect. On Twitter is at most historian with a capital M, a capital H, everything else lowercase, all one word. And then obviously on the social platforms, on Xbox and Nintendo Switch, Hebot 8, and on the PlayStation Network under Alf Fell from Sky, all one word, all lowercase. Thanks for having me on. It's been a great time I've had, and like always, it's great to talk topics with you guys because we have fun. We try to make it fun. That's what it should be all about, having fun, talking about games and game topics.
Yeah, exactly. And everybody, enjoy the rest of your week. Take care. You know the deal.
Absolutely.
We are out.
Out.